how's everybody doing? Bobby Stocker here, pro drummer with my good friend Bruce Uher, the founder of musicartistforyou.com, which is a new way to experience music, and we're going to get him to tell you a little bit about it. Pretty exciting stuff. So what you got going on, Bruce?
What we got, Bobby, is a new music venture that hopefully is going to change the music business, because I've been in the music business almost 30 years and I've seen it declining. It's like you have, being a drummer, you've seen how drastically the music business is declining.
Sure has.
And you know, in today's world, even an established artist or a new artist, there's plenty of music still being created and people being creative and creating music, but nobody knows where to get it at. You know, I mean, you remember when we were growing up, you know, you heard a song on the radio, or we watched television shows like Don Kirshner's rock concert and the Midnight Special, you know, and we ran down to the records,
get the album.
got the album,
Yeah.
you know, we were listening. That's how we were introduced to new artists.
Exactly.
And there's just no place for that anymore. An artist can't get played on the radio. They can't get, you know, airplay. They can't get television play. There's no place really to introduce a new artist like that.
Right.
And this is going to give the artist an opportunity to be on a television show again. We've got our own radio stations. This is all online. We've got our own TV shows, our own radio stations. We have our own music video channels if the artist has a music video.
Right.
And we're doing several different genres to start out, you know, with a rock genre, a country, bluegrass,
You got blues.
blues, and just to start out. We'll add other genres as we go, but just starting out with those right now. But it's just a place where everybody, the consumer, can come to and still buy good music, because there's no record stores.
And get exposed to good music.
Exactly, and the artist has a place to, you know, to expose, you know, the public, and worldwide, because we're on the internet. It's
Right.
just not locally
Yeah.
or anything, because
Yeah.
it's worldwide. But and it's an idea that I had about 15 years ago, but it wasn't feasible to do because not everybody had the internet.
Exactly.
And to see the video and stuff, you had to have high-speed internet. So now everybody's got high-speed
Right.
internet. Now's
Yep.
the time to get this thing kicked off and get it going. And you know, and I've worked with such artists like, you know, like Charlie Daniels and Tracy Lawrence, and rock artists and different stuff. And they have new music out. Charlie's been putting CDs out. He's got a new CD out right now, and he's got a new one coming out where he's just doing nothing but Dylan tunes. And nobody knows, you know, that's
Exactly.
except his true fans. But there's still people out there that would love to hear Charlie's music. They have no place to get it. But now they're going to have a place to come and listen to it, hear him, see him, and buy that music.
Right. So what you're basically going to do is, with the advanced technology that we have, you're going to be able to almost take things back to the way it used to be, but in this new era with advanced technology. So you're still getting exposed to good music, and you can watch the way we used to hurry home, or we'd want to watch in concert or Midnight Special, you know, on Friday or Saturday nights. And so you're going to actually have some live concerts like that.
Yeah, we're eventually going to do live shows and go out and shoot live shows. Right now, you know, we're on the set of where we're going to shoot our television shows. We've already got television shows that are on the site now with some country singer and songwriters. We're getting ready to do the rock shows, which are going to be hosted.
Oh, yeah. Some
you
good
know,
stuff on there.
And stuff like that. We're going to start getting the rock artists on there, and the bluegrass, and we've already got some of the blues and stuff. But just now going to start building this thing and take off with it this year and really get it going on.
Well, I think what's really cool about this is it's a one-stop shop kind of approach where really almost for both the consumer and the artist.
Yeah.
Because as a drummer, as an artist myself, how much more could you ask for than you're handling all the things that you really have to branch out in all these different directions usually to do.
Right.
You're covering all that in-house.
Yeah, we're handling, you know, exposing the artist on the television show, putting them on the streaming radio stations. You can stream it. There's a little icon right beside that while it's streaming in the player. If you like that song, you can buy it. You can buy the whole album. You know, you can buy the physical CD. We're going to warehouse everything, ship it, everything for the artist. You know, we handle all that. So all the artists, everything, the T-shirts, all that stuff. And if the artist doesn't want us to do that, then we'll forward them on to their site where they can buy the stuff also.
Wow.
But
you can't ask for much more than that as a player.
Exactly. And it's great for what the consumer gets out of it is they get to hear great music again and get a place where they can buy it.
Yeah.
You know, the artist gets the exposure, and just like I said, you know, like Charlie or another artist. But you take like Charlie fans. Let's say Charlie's got something new out, and he's got all these fans that are coming on there and they're buying his new CD. And let's say you're an artist and you're a no-name artist. You're just starting out, but you're on there and your CD's on there. Next thing you know, it's all about networking because you're going to gain his fans because his fans are going to be on there and they're going to see you and they're going to say, "Oh, hey, who's this Bobby Stocker guy?
Right.
Let's check this out." And they're going to see you, and the next thing you know, they're going to be fans of yours. And it's all about, and there's so many different aspects of this venture, and one of them is showing the artist how to market themselves and giving them the tools to go out and market themselves. But we've also got venues that are music artists for you venues to where we can book the artist also.
Right.
You know, so if you want to play, you know, and you got a gig in Indianapolis, and we can call somebody, hey, you know, in Dayton, and you can, you know, maybe get you a gig in Dayton, Ohio, you know, coming through or something back and forth, and a network of different venues also. And
what was you explaining to me? You'll be able to say you're playing in Indianapolis, you automatically. Anything within a certain radius, there'll be promos sent out for that.
Let's say I'm a Bobby Stocker fan, and you're going to be playing, and you've signed up to be, you know, or I've signed up to be, you know, in your fan base, and you're going to be playing in Indianapolis. When that gig comes about, we're going to send a mass email out to everybody that's within a 100-mile radius of Indianapolis to let them know that you're going to be playing there, so that artist knows that you're going to be playing close to them and they can go. So it helps the venue out to get people to the venue, you know,
and it helps the
artist also.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, see, that reminds me, the role that radio used to play, like you were talking about, when we were kids, radio was a lot different. When we were growing up, FM radio was cutting edge, and you had DJs that played what they wanted to play. And I can't tell you how many bands I heard for the first time late night on FM radio. And then, like you said, I'd run out. Well, like this band UFO, I can distinctly remember the first place that I ever heard or saw UFO was on In Concert on a Friday night. And you know, the next day on Saturday, where I was headed to Record Town.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to have that after seeing these guys. And I think that is, a lot of people don't have that anymore. The exposure to music that they haven't heard.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really have a place to go to because radio has become so conservative. I mean, we're talking, you know, major radio.
And it's not even being, you know, there's nobody sitting in that seat programming that music. You know, there's nobody in that seat playing that music. It's all pre-programmed from New York or someplace that did, you know, then they have to play that, and that guy has no control over what's being played.
Exactly.
You know, and it's whatever they're shoving down your throat.
Yeah.
And it's not what me and you want to hear.
No.
I can't stand to listen to radio anymore.
Me neither. You know, because the DJ played, in our day, the DJ played an important part in the role of knowing a lot about music and what was had his finger on the pulse of what was happening new, and could turn us on to new artists. And not only that, Bruce, but you remember back when you would hear, oh, well, there's a new Led Zeppelin album, you know, DJ's telling you there's a new Zeppelin album going to be out, this is when it's going to be out, and he'd feed you little tidbits here and there to get you interested in this, and we'd be waiting on that release date, you know, and we knew that it was going to happen, and the DJs back then were really special, and it's like you say, I think now it's so automated and cookie cutter, like,
that's
you know, the personal touch is gone out of it.
And the stuff's coming out of the same studio, and you know, it all, you know, the stuff that's being commercially cut all sounds the same. It all sounds commercial. There's no creativity to it. You know? Another
thing that I think is really cool is a lot of artists, older artists, let's say from like the 70s, are still really relevant musically in putting out some really good music. And I think a lot of people that were maybe fans of these bands back then would still like to hear new music, and they don't know anything about whether they're even putting out new music,
Right,
or they if they are, they have a hard time finding it,
Yeah.
or where can they see these people play live?
Exactly. They don't know.
Kind of like the Rare Earth thing with Peter Rivera.
Right. He's an artist that's on our Music Artist for You, and he's got a new song out called "Look What We've Done." You know, and
I didn't, even me myself,
it's a
I was
great
I was
song.
ignorant of, and I
great
love Rare
video.
Earth.
Yeah. And it's him singing it and playing. It's a killer song, but nobody's going to play that on radio or anything today, but you can get it, on Music Artists for You.
Yeah.
And it's just like in the country field, like the Way More Outlaws are a group that really nobody even knows who these guys are. And they're on Music Artists for You and got a new CD on there. And those guys are like the cream of the crop in the country field.
Sure.
I mean, you're talking Fred Newell, but these guys are Waylon Jennings' original band, original touring band. Fred Newell played on all the Alabama songs and a whole bunch of songs that you hear on the radio today, playing the guitar parts and steel parts on all those, And Richie Albright, he was the drummer, and he wrote all the Dukes of Hazzard, theme, and produced all that Dukes of Hazzard stuff and everything. And he's played with Willie and all kinds of people on all kinds of people's records.
Oh,
and
seasoned veteran.
Jigger's he's played with even people like Tom Jones, people like that on his records and stuff. But that's Waylon's original touring band, and they're still playing. They didn't give it up after, Waylon passed away. They're still out playing and
Sure, and I think a lot of people probably don't know that and would love to hear that music. The people that loved Waylon, or people just love good country music.
Yep.
Because those are some seasoned veterans that really know how to play.
Oh, yeah.
And like I say, there's a lot of people out there like that. I saw a video, Little Texas.
Yeah, they're on there.
These are people that are still playing gigs.
Yeah, and they've got new music out.
Got new music, and I just think that it's gotten so much to be the flavor of the week, the way the business runs anymore, that there's boatloads of great music that are probably going to go unheard, or have already went unheard.
Right, yeah. Because there's no place to hear it or see it, and that's what we're going to do.
Right.
That's what this is all about. It's all on the internet. It's worldwide, and we're going to have a place for the artists to, show them, see the fans. They'll be on the television show. You're going to be able to hear them, see them, and buy their merchandise, and the venue can even book them all in one place.
You can't ask for much more than that. And I got to say too, as a musician, you're not going to get a better deal as far as the way the money works.
Right.
Because a lot of people, if you haven't played music, you're just a music fan, you might not realize that record labels can really put a hurting, on an artist. As far as money goes. I won't go into figures, but it's really bad.
And an artist, if you're going to, because let's say you just made a CD and you're going to put it out. Why wouldn't you tell everybody? You're going to have to tell everybody where to go, because nobody knows you. Well, why would you tell everybody to go to where you're not making any money off of it, where you're making peanuts? Just like those figures I showed you, before we came on the show here. Why would you want to go steer your fans to where you're not going to make any money off of it? Why not steer the fans to a site where they're going to be able to see you, hear you, and you're going to make the money?
Exactly. Yeah. That's a really attractive thing, I think, for people that are writing music and putting out music, because it makes you feel like it's worthwhile. Because I got to be honest with you, Bruce, anymore, when you consider the hoops you got to jump through just to get something released, and then the idea that you'd have to sell, it's astronomical what you'd have to sell to make good money.
12,000 some songs a month just to on some famous well-known digital download sites. you would have to sell like 12,000 some downloads a month just to be able to compare to working at McDonald's.
Well, there you have
You
it.
know, like that. With us, we do a 25-75 split. We take 25 cents and you keep 75%. But we do everything. You know, we sell the merchandise, the music, we package it, we ship it out. You don't have to do anything.
That's an extraordinarily good deal.
Exactly. You know, that gives you, you know, you go out and play and make money and be creative and make, you know, make music. You don't have to worry about that. And another thing is, none of these sites that you're going to go download this music from and not make any money, they don't have a television show that you're going to be on. They don't have a radio station that you're going to be on. You know, they're not going to, if you have a music video, they're not going to have a music video on there that the fans can see. They're not going to help you get bookings. All they're going to do is wait for you to send people there. They're going to download. They're going to download your music, and they're going to pay you peanuts.
That's exactly right.
That's what you're getting.
It's a win-win for them only.
Yeah,
is the way it works.
Exactly.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, people, coming from the musician side of it, those figures, 75 for the artist and 25 for Bruce, is really extremof generous compared to. It's usually about 5%.
Yeah.
The artist making 5% off of sales of music.
Yeah.
So that gives you some kind of idea. And let's not forget the fact that a booking agent, you know, promotion people, video shoot, you know, all these things cost money. And when this is all being handled in-house,
Yeah, it's all in-house.
you know, that frees you up as an artist to be able to write music, play music, focus on the things that are important to you as a musician, as an artist, while somebody else handles this business stuff, because there's only so much time. And if you're trying to do everything as an artist that you're handling and create music, there's just only so many hours in a day. It's just not possible.
Exactly.
So I think it would be really attractive for not only the fans, but the artists themselves.
And we can do this because we've, you know, I own a company called Multimedia Interactive that's, you know, that does websites and video production and stuff, and I've done that for years. And we have all the equipment to do it. We have, you know, the servers to do it. We have all the know-how to do it. We don't have to outsource anything. Everything is done in-house.
And that's really rare.
Exactly, and it doesn't cost us boatloads of money because it's all done in-house.
And also, I might add, with state-of-the-art equipment.
Exactly.
I mean, you guys are really set up to do basically everything that needs to be done to promote an artist and his music.
Yeah, yep.
You know, and to make a really attractive listening and watching a visual experience for the fans of music.
Yep.
You know, so you're serving both sides of the coin here.
Exactly, because you're an artist. I'm a fan. You know, I know what a fan wants to see and hear.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you're an artist.
Yep.
And you know, on the artist aspect of it, how
Sure.
great this venture is, because it can save it can save the music business.
No,
because,
you can't beat
like
it.
you said, we said in the beginning, it's declining
Badly.
badly. You know,
Yeah.
and it's just nobody knows what to do or how to sell music or anything in this day and age, and this is it.
Well, you got to really, it's like an interesting cross of modern, but using a method that was really, that we enjoyed as kids.
Exactly.
You know?
It's the same concept as the 60s and 70s, but we're doing it today with the media that we have, the internet, where we can go worldwide. You know, it's not trying to get it on ABC or NBC or CBS on Saturday night or Friday night. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So we have it, it's all on the internet, and it's worldwide, and you can watch it anytime you want to. You don't have to be there at 8 o'clock at night to watch it. You can watch it at 2 o'clock in the morning.
So it'll be archived.
Yep, in your pajamas and in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
And you can download it or order it right there.
Sure. That, you know, because I remember how excited when I was a kid, man, you know.
I've got that album. That first.
Oh, yeah.
I've got that out. I still have that album.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, and so many bands. And I remember watching the California Jam on Don Kirshner's rock concert, and I watched the Midnight Special, and it was a way for us to get exposed to new music. And
Exactly.
you know, I'm sure there is a lot of great music out there that myself that I haven't even heard.
Sure.
Simply because I don't know where to find it,
Right.
or I haven't heard anything about it. You know.
Yeah, I agree. There's all kinds of music still being created out there today, as you know, but nobody knows it exists because nobody knows how to get it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the media that's showing it to you. You don't have the record store anymore to go buy it. You know, you have only what they're shoving down your throat and what you can go to the big box store and buy. That's it.
That's it.
You know, you're done.
So for the people, the fans of music that are interested in checking this out, it's at musicartistforyou.com, right?
Yep, that's the website, and everything's on there. You can go on there now and see the TV shows that we do have on there, and you can listen to the radio stations.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff on there.
And I'll tell you something funny. I got an email. It's been in operation for about 2 years, almost 3 years. It's been up and running, but we just haven't. Right now, this year, we're letting everybody know, you know, what's going on and start promoting it.
Right.
And we had to build it up, get everything working, and all the different aspects of it. But there was a guy that emailed me from the Outback in Australia, and he said, I love your country station. He said, I drive back and forth on the Outback, and he drives truck, and he said, I listen to that station every day in his truck. He's getting it on the internet in his truck.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you know, and it is. It's really, you know, to be, you know, reaching out clear to that guy without airwaves.
Yeah.
You know,
that's awesome. And I maybe we did mention that, but maybe not. The different internet radio stations that's going to be included with this. I mean, I tell you, you've definitely done your homework because you got just about every base covered.
And we want to promote music, and not only, well, our good friend Greg Martini said to me one time, the band Badstone, which they're on our Music Artists for You also. He said something to me at a gig about a couple months ago. He said, you know, he blames video games for kids not picking up an instrument anymore, because he said kids, you know, watch video games, you know, and stuff, instead of picking up an instrument anymore. They pick up a video game.
Yeah.
But we also have things on the site where you're going to be able to learn how to play guitar, learn how to play drums. You know, all that stuff's on there, going to be on there. Songwriters and wannabe songwriters are going to be able to work and get their songs critiqued from famous song publishers that are on there.
Sure.
You're going to see like Ed C. He's a famous producer in Nashville and in Atlanta that used to produce all kinds of people. He's going to show you how to mic things and do different things in the studio to get certain sounds like back then and stuff. And you're going to have things like that on there that you're going to be able to learn music.
Yeah, see, that's like I say, you got the one-stop shop for almost anything music.
Yeah.
You know, for the artist and the fan. That's what I think is really cool about it. It's a win-win situation for both sides.
Exactly.
You know, and as an artist, for me, of course, you know, it's really attractive because, you know, I've took my fair share of bumps and bruises from the music industry.
Sure.
You know, and so many of us have, you know, and all the people that you got involved working on this, because I know a lot of these people behind the scenes are all extremely talented people that have been in the game a long time. It's not, you have a lot of seasoned professional people that have been in the game a long time. So it's, you know, you got a real solid foundation this thing started.
You know, like Keith Bilbrey was, you know, he's host the country show, and he was, you know, he was a radio announcer, WSMN announcer for the Grand Ole Opry, and you know, things happened to him in the music business where, you know, cut his career short with them, and you know, not going to go into details, but you know, he's on board with us. He understands. He, you know, he knows everybody in the business, and he's a music industry veteran. And Anthony Martin, you know, he used to be an A&R executive at Sony Records, and you know, signed people like Gretchen Wilson and Montgomery Gentry and produced those people, you know. And plus, he's also a musician. He's a player too, you know.
Exactly,
and people like that, you know, we have a whole bunch of people, you know, that are friends of ours, but know, just like you and Bones and different people, that that know the production side of things. Like I know the video, production
Right,
side of
sure,
things.
yeah.
We have professional people in all these places to get the job done, and it's all done in-house.
Right. With a common goal, everybody has that common vision of trying to get music kind of through modern technology back to the prominence that it used to enjoy. When we were coming of age, basically, I think, was a really golden time. We talk about this all the time,
yeah.
but, that was a beautiful time in music because of all the different kinds of music. And the people were so much more excited about music, it seems to me, back because there was so many more artists that they were aware of and so much more good music coming out. And I think that's still out there, but I just think it's going to take something, a radical departure from the norm, like what you got going here, to bring that kind of thing back into focus so people can realize, hey, that's still happening. I just, I needed to find out where it's at. Well, now you know.
Yeah.
And so, hopefully they'll be able to do what we did and discover new bands,
Exactly.
New artists, and kind of get that same thrill like we used to get, because it's in the last, decade, maybe even more, it's been on a...
Oh yeah, it's been on a spiral downhill turn. It's really bad. It is.
I'd say it's about the worst that it's ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is an awesome thing you got going, Bruce. And everybody I talk, all my musician friends and session players and guys that that have been in it for life, like we have. Everybody thinks it's just an awesome idea.
They do, and everybody that I've talked to, and like I say, we haven't promoted it or anything. We're getting ready to, this is part of it, doing this, letting people know what it is and me explaining it, because there's so many different aspects of it. But everybody that I have showed it to, especially artists, they're like, oh my gosh, this is too cool to be true.
Exactly.
Because they're seeing, the potential of it.
Exactly.
And they need it. And it's well needed.
Well, and it also it's definitely filling a niche that I think needs filled, because I don't know of any place you can go where you get so much done in one fell swoop like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, for either fan of or musician, you can't beat it.
You've got the opportunity to come on the television show and be on the TV show and do, 3 to 6 songs possibly, at least 3, maybe up to 6. We track everything, mix everything, you get a professional recording out of it. You get on the radio station, we'll do a commercial for your CD. We'll do a 30, 60-second commercial that will air on the shows, advertising your CD. You get all that, plus you get somebody that's going to teach you how to go out and market yourself and build your fan base and be successful.
Yeah, and you don't have to look no further than one place. I mean, that's...
And the consumer gets to listen to and buy good music.
Oh, yeah. So, like I say, win-win. I just don't think there's anything else like it. And thank God for it. I'm really excited. I really think it's going to go big,
Yeah, we hope so.
Well, I think it will.
Yep.
I'll be looking forward to it, brother.
Me too. Thanks, buddy.